Okay, we are getting somewhere. Um, Next thing I want to do, as I told you, I want to let's jump here. I want to have something that looks a bit like. Oh, let me just show you where. Where's my? Oh, it's already in there. Sorry. Um, yeah. This is my MIDI controller, so I want to rebuild this here in OpenStationControl. I closed Vimix for a while. We don't need it at the moment, as we're going to rebuild this MIDI controller here. At least these 9 rows we have with a knob, 2 buttons, and a fader. And we're going to do this with a matrix, but I'm going to still keep these. I'm going to keep, whoops, what am I doing here? I'm going to keep these as they are pretty handy for an extra row, the last one, like here. It's like on every mixing console, I would save the last, the very right one, for something like the master. And since we're already here, let's get this running. So we learned in the last part that we can control several functions in Vimix with this address. And if you want to know what you can control in Vimix, just have a look at this site. I think you remember. You will in Vimix you will press Control H and then the Open Sound API link, and this will lead you to here. And look at this, what you can control. This is incredible. I said it once or twice or maybe 100 times, but thank you, Bruno, for your work. This is incredible. Okay, perfect documentation. What I'm trying to do is set this fader here to the master output of Vimix. So I think we are already here. Yeah, by accident. So it's the output. It's going for the complete output. So we're going to copy that. Replace batch here with output and tell Vimix to fade. So as you can see, it will take one value, or I think Bruno called them attribute and arguments. Yeah, right. Target, attribute, arguments. So it will take one argument. If you just send over one value, this will set the fading immediately to 50%. If you want to have this animated, you would send 2 values, 2 floats, ff, one value to where to set it, and one how to in which amount of time it should be animated. Also very nice. We're going to set up both. So since we have a fader, we are just going to tell Vimix to set it to the value of the fader. Whoops, what happened now? Interesting. Well, on the very right here. Okay, so take the fader. We have output and fading it is, and we're going to send over one value, one float. There we go. To this target, and we're sending this value, right? So maybe it's a good idea to just start Vimix again to have a look at what's how. Yeah, I'm in the wrong. Oh, by the way, yeah, I wanted to tell you, just don't forget to save your session here, your Open Stage Control session under these 3 dots, session, save as, and go to the directory of your choice. So the Vimix session is told as .mix file, and OSC Open Stage Control is saved as a .json. Interesting. This gives an idea how this is working, right? Okay. We are here, and I wanted to open Vimix, but not in this. Yeah, here. So here we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, this was this amazing 2D mapping we did. It's just for the purpose of having something to show here. Running. Where are we? Where is my Open Stage Control? It's a little messy here, but okay. So let's have a look what this does. At the moment, it does nothing. As always, we are sending some right values. Oh, did I see something? Let me get rid of editor style. Oh yeah, it does. So, and we will have a look at Vimix. We can see that the master fader, it's this one. I think I never talked about this one. Okay. If we're controlling it this way, it's also moving. Okay, turning black. That you can see it's all gone. Okay, and we're back up. So the next thing I would do is just take one of these buttons, and tell Vimix to listen to a click of these and animate the master on over time. Well, we want to control the master output fading here with this button over time. So this is a completely different approach. Get rid of everything here in this OSC panel. So click the button, so just mark it, delete the address, type tags and pre-args, and even the target, and paste in following command. So hope you can see that. I can show you the command here. So this is it. It is basically nothing else but exactly the same thing that we are doing when we type in the things manually here, but it says on value means if the value changes, on value change, send to this IP address, to this address, OSC address, these 2 values, both of the type float. So first one should be the value of the button. So this means of the value of the button. A little confusing, I know. You get used to it. And the second value we need, just as we saw here, is the amount of time over which this should be animated. Okay, so this is the command that should be pasted into this on value line. And if we have done that, we can control. I hope you see that. Let me just, I hope you see that. Zip. If we click once, so the button now is on, so it means 1. If we get rid of it, it's 0, and this is exactly what we want to. Okay, this is very nice. This is definitely a direction. Next thing is, yeah, I already set something up. No, I will do it again. Okay, I don't want these floating around here. It makes me nervous. So we are going to have another widget, a container called, what is it called? Panel. So we can set up the panel and its geometry here. We just tell it left starting point should be 0, right top should be 0, the width should be 100%, and the height, let's go with, well, why not 100%? This is relative to the whole page here, right? So as you can see, something is missing. It's in there, but not visible anymore. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to mark these over here and cut them and then mark the panel and paste them in here. So now they are in the panel. This is just where I want them to be. So remembering, if we have a look at our MIDI controller over here, this is the master, the 9th knob and fader over here. So I push them over here, all the way up, maybe a little bit down with the buttons, and the faders somewhere here. I'm not going to be too exact here. You can do this as precise as you wanted to with the geometry options here. Okay, next thing is in the panel we want to have a widget called matrix. Very nice of a name, matrix. So with a matrix you can set up several buttons, faders, knobs, sliders, whatever you want to, as many as you want. I think we need 8, so type in 8 here, matrix options, quantity 8, and we need 8 buttons, 2 rows of them, and faders, right? Okay. So I'm going with the geometry here before I copy it. These are 8 faders. Notice it starts with 0, just in Vimix, an array starting with 0, perfect. Left should be 0. So from the top, I'm going to put the faders on top and then the buttons underneath. So let's say 75%, width should be well, it's about 100 divided by 9. I have no idea. I'm going with 85%. And the height is definitely not more needed than 10%. Okay, looks nice. At least nice enough. And I'm going to mark this and copy this and paste this with an ID +1. So there it is. I don't know why it's, so we copied the matrix. Okay, get rid of it, mark this, Control C, and what is the command of Control Shift V. Okay, Control Shift V, there it is. Left should be 0. So by the way, if you do not type in the percent sign here, it will go by pixels. If it's 0, I don't need anything else. Okay, so the same thing for sliders. Add a widget, give me a matrix, again 8 of a kind, but this time not of a kind, not the button type, but we need faders, it's called here, faders. Okay, I think we can copy a lot of these. So it's 85 and 10, 85%, and well, we're going with 60% in height. And top should be somewhere, so definitely 0 here. And here we go. It's a little bit too, let's say with 15%, and then we close it at 55. Okay, tidy enough. So we need another matrix. Containers, matrix, 8 of a kind. We want some knobs. Okay, so again, geometry 0, starting point from left, top should be 0. Whoops, should be 0. Width is 80%, as I remember correctly, and the height, we're going with 10% for now. What is it? 85. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Somehow nice. I'm going to say from the top it should be 2%. A little bit nicer. Tidy. Okay. So somehow looks nice. Not too nice, but not too bad either. So pushing everything somewhere where it belongs. Just making these look similar. Okay. Matrix is a totally different approach. We have to get, so I'm not fiddling around here with OC panel, and even not with the scripting panel on value. No, we're going into the props. For that, I have prepared some nice little script, JS script, JavaScript, and we're going to paste it in here. I will go over it quickly. As I said, this is beyond the scope. Get familiar with OpenStageControl and you will be happy, but for the moment I'm just going over the code here real quickly. The target, we know that already. Oh, this is an old one, we don't need that. Let me just kill it here. Delete that. Okay. Address. So this is also an old one. Delete. No, is it? Vimix. Oh no, it's different. Okay. You can control different things, as you remember. So the badges would be controlled with this command. We can also go with. Let's go for the moment. Let's go with sources. This would mean in Vimix, as the sources are listed here, you can control them just by their number of appearance. So the same with the number of this array of the matrix. So 0 to 7 would be the same for the sources here. Source 0 to 7. That's just the same like above. Something is missing here. Okay, let's see. So it changed to something very strange. Okay, just for clarification, the range of these sliders is set from -0.35 to 1 because we have this, you remember, you have this inactive area and the active area starts at 0 up to 1. Inactive means we need some negative value. We do this here. The props origin just means if you open OpenStageControl, where is the fader when it starts. And here's some CSS for styling. I just wanted to have, let me just comment out this one. We don't need a horizontal bar, but vertical, exactly. Okay, the CSS just tells, or just lets it look like below 0 is red and above 0 would be some nice greenish thing. Okay, so having typed in that, let me just copy that real quick. This is working, so this means we're going to replace that by this one. Okay, just for documentation. Okay, this, I think, if we get rid of the editing mode, we can, oh, look at that, we can control the sources with this interface. Very nice. This is exactly what I had in mind. So now we are controlling the sources by their appearance. 0 to, I don't know how many, 2, 4, 9, okay. So far, oops, something, okay. So this is the reason why I always work with percentage. Let me just have a quick fix here. So this one is placed so from the left. I think it should be 90%. From the top, it should be 2%. Then we have width of, I don't know, what is it? Let's make it 5%. Okay, go with maybe 10. Height should be the same like here, 10%. Yeah, 10%, and that's looking good. So here are the buttons. Rearrange another button. 1, 2, and where's the fader? It's here. So the same here. We're going with 55. So 55%. Width is, I don't know, 5% maybe. Top, the same as here, 15%. I know this is boring to watch, but yeah, has to be done, right? 90%. Okay, something like that. Exactly the same. 90%. Same for this one. And top should be 90%. No. 85%. No. Let's go with 87%. Okay. Okay. I just leave them as they are in their styling. I think it's a good idea to just have this as a visual reference that it is something different. So just for the moment, I leave it like this. I'm going to do this at 75%. Yeah. Okay. Save, and this would be a main setup. Okay, well, you're wondering why am I telling you all this? This is completely why? So I mean, what have we here? What to do with it? Okay, controlling something from here, is the difference that big? Yeah, maybe it's a user interface, nice, but the coolest thing about this is, so I'm going to save this, and if I bring up Open Stage Control Server here, I'm going to close the server for a second, clear the output here, turn off the debug. One of the coolest things here is if I turn this on, you see this this barcode here, right? If you are in a network and if you scan this code, you can open this as an HTML file in every browser you can think of. So maybe not everyone, but Firefox works great. Chrome works pretty good. So you can open this on even a tablet or a phone, Android phone, or any kind of smartphone, or on your Mac products, whatever. Open a browser and get this get this address, HTTP, whatever it is, the IP address of your machine where it's running, and you can open this and control Vimix by a device outside. Isn't that cool? I think so. I'm going to open the recent session again. Here we have it. Second tab is not interesting at the moment. So this is what I wanted to show you, and the next thing will be that we, after we created after we created this MIDI controller virtually here, nearly the same, right? We are going to hook this device up to we're going to hook it up and make it control this interface, or just let them be connected, these two, and then we're able to control Vimix with a hardware device, with a user interface we build ourselves, and this will make us happy, I swear. Well, this was long and it's getting really late, so for today I'm shutting down, and I will be back tomorrow with the last, I think the last part in this series. See you.